All right, we'll call this meeting to order for January 12th, 2026. And returning from closed session, we'll have our attorney report out.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and council members. The council voted unanimously to initiate litigation, and once commenced, the details will be disclosed to any person upon request.
Thank you so much. And calling our regular session to order, Mr. Holmes, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Moving on to adoption of the agenda. This is the time set aside for council members and/or the public to ask for removal, postponement, or a change to the listed sequence of an agenda item. The agenda will be approved by consensus of the council.
I move we approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And, Councilmember Holmes, go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to suggest that we dedicate this meeting to the late council member, Congressman Doug LaMalfa, who had, during his term of office, had done a number of things to assist the city of Auburn and people in this area, even though he didn't represent us directly, but I think he deserves that recognition.
Absolutely. Thank you. And moving on to consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be approved by one blanket motion with a roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless persons request specific items to be removed from the consent calendar for discussion and separate action. Any items removed will be considered after the motion to approve the consent calendar. Any requests for removal? No?
I move approval of the consent
Okay.
agenda.
I'll second.
Roll call. Councilmember Amara.
Yes.
Oops. Sorry, I'm going to do that again. Councilmember Amara.
Yes.
For the record, Councilmember Dowden Calvillo is absent. Councilmember Holmes.
Aye.
Riddell Harris.
Aye.
Mayor Davis.
Yes. All right, moving on to public comment. This is the time provided so that the public may speak to the council on any item not on this agenda. Please make your comments as brief as possible, not to exceed 3 minutes. The council cannot act on items not included on this agenda. Items may be referred to staff or placed on a future agenda. Do we have any public comment? Seeing none, we're moving on.
Oh, can I do
yes.
one real fast?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, we were, all three of us were at the event on Saturday, the 110th anniversary of this building. And so our town historian did a wonderful job along with the school district of presenting, the band played, and there were some reenactments and old yearbooks, which I got to see some fun pictures of people who went to school at Placer a long time ago. So I just wanted to say they did a really great job.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you. Any other council comments?
Nope.
All right. Moving on to council business, we have a review and approval of emergency contract for a public project. Menjel.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. My name is Menjel Dean, your Public Works Director. This item before you is fairly straightforward. There is some standard language. First of all, I'd like to say the action we requested tonight is for a vote by the council of, it has to be a minimum of 4/5 in order to get this item to pass. With that being said, it's fairly straightforward. This is for work that has already been started. You'll notice that at the APD police station, there's some work being done to the siding of the building over the past couple months. We've noticed that there was some dry rot and things like that, and boards starting to fall off the building, so we needed to take action immediately. As you know, there has been some rain events, and we saw that coming, and therefore it kind of needed to happen sooner than later. With that being said, the original package that went out included a number for this project, which was about, or I shouldn't say, it was about $120,000. It's since being updated to $182,686.22 in the newly updated package, and that is because there's some additional work that's necessary to accommodate and facilitate this project. Staff believes that it's imperative that we do this at this time, because if we don't and we have to remobilize the contractor to do this work, it's going to cost us more monies. And one of the things that the council has emphasized is that we take care of our infrastructure and our facilities, so this is going to help us to meet those requirements. With that being said, I'll open it up for any questions that you might have.
Is it a local firm doing the work?
The company is Banner Construction. They are local. I do not believe they're within city limits, unfortunately. It was one of those situations where we bid it very quickly because we were required to do so to get 3 bids, and they were the most responsive and actually the fastest and lowest price. So I think they are in the greater Auburn area, but they're not within city limits, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you.
Did we determine what, if the issue is with the siding, was it that it was wood and it just rotted over time, or were there issues that were causing it? Sure it doesn't happen again?
There was a couple of things that happened. What happened is there's some Tyvek that was on the building, and it had gotten damaged, and the water had gotten into that area and rot that wood, but there was also some structural damage from termites and things like that. We've since taken the necessary steps to make sure that those are gone, along with putting in the Tyvek in the correct way so that the work that's done now will last many, many years to come.
Great, thank you.
All right, any, ask for public comment? Does that matter? Yeah, okay. Have a motion?
I move we approve the emergency contracting for the public project, the Auburn Police Department siding repair.
Second.
Roll call of council. Councilmember Amara.
Yes.
Holmes.
Aye.
Riddell Harris.
Aye.
Mayor Davis.
Aye. All right, moving on, we have our city manager report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. A couple quick ones. Vice Mayor Riddell Harris talked about the 110th anniversary. I just wanted to recognize the city historian, Carol Kramer, who did not want to take that job until I cajoled her and twisted her arm to make her do it. For everything that I've heard, the event turned out really, really well. So about 125 people attended. So with her group of merry volunteers, they were able to get that event done, kind of the wrap up of this whole progression of education on the building. On the planning department side, Canyon Creek subdivision is nearing full build out with only one remaining lot to be sold. So that's a good thing to get that housing getting built. Building official is meeting this week with 2S Brewing regarding potential expansion into the additional suites on the other side of their building. So that brewery's just been open for maybe a couple of years, and already they're looking at expanding. So it's a good thing to see them thriving in that business. Placer County Library project continues to make strong progress, just about done through the interior finish work. And then finally on the planning side, the bed and breakfast renovation for 164 Cleveland Avenue, that's the old Powers Mansion Inn, is nearing permit issuance with only a small number of outstanding items to be resolved in coordination with the fire department. So that project is continuing to move forward. Entertainment zones, we had those operating during the holidays, no major issues. In fact, we didn't hear anything from the police department at all. Unless the chief wants to correct me on that. But we are continuing to kind of look at getting permanent signage set up so the stickers don't keep popping up. So that should be done hopefully soon. And then kind of one of the thorns on my side, since I've been here, the wayfinding signs, especially the one that's over by the 7-Eleven on Auburn Folsom Road, that folks have been complaining to me about for a number of years, the kind of faded brown one. Those signs are being replaced. Installation of the new version of those signs should happen starting on Friday. So we're going to start focusing on the city streets, including that one, and on Maple Street. So we'll be replacing those big kind of brown ones that you can barely see anymore. So that's all I got. I can answer questions if you have questions.
Nope. All right. Future agenda items, discussion and identification of topics that require attention in upcoming meetings. This section allows council members to propose new ideas, unresolved issues, or projects that need further planning or discussion. Do we have any?
Make it easier, I was thinking a wonderful job of, I love the calendar. The proclamation kind of last, so it would be nice. Time, so
Yep, we got that ball rolling. Yeah, thanks, Rachel. Any
Yes.
other?
About a year ago, we took under consideration moving Auburn into a certified local government. That did not pass, but I'd like to suggest that we review that again and put it on a future agenda item. Because I think there are some things that would make Auburn stand out as a certified local government, and there are additional grants that would be available for us to apply for as a certified local government.
Thank you. And a reminder, I know last time we did discuss this, it was voted against 4-1. So I think we would not reconsider that at this time unless other council members feel differently.
Well, my question is there anything different that came up? I think one of the issues was it was cumbersome and it would be costly, and I don't know if there's something different. I'd maybe be receptive to putting it on, but
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I think it's worth looking again and taking a closer look at it. See whether we want to proceed.
I think that's, we got a recommendation from staff not to proceed with that last time, so I think I would stick with staff and the city manager's recommendation unless they change, so maybe they can work with Councilman Holmes to see if there is anything that would require, that wouldn't, mean that there should be a change in
change
that
the
recommendation.
staff, yeah,
So,
recommend.
they know more about those things than I do, so I would defer to staff's recommendation.
I'd agree with that.
And finally, city council committee reports. The purpose of these reports is to provide council members with an opportunity to inform city council and the public about projects and programs discussed during committee and commission meetings. Any?
I have a meeting tomorrow with DBA, and then several next week, so I'll wait. till
It's been
next
pretty
week.
dark with the holidays, so. Rachel?
The Youth Commission met last week. We went through some brainstorming to try to think through our project. So far, it's looking like we might try to do a concert with some local bands to raise money for the Humane Society. They really wanted to help animals, and so we're trying to figure out if there's a way that we can work in getting to play with animals and hear cool bands. So we're working on that, trying to figure it out.
Councilmember Holmes? Any updates,
nothing.
committee updates? Nothing. Okay. All right. Seeing no other council business, we'll close the meeting.
Hey, go Amy. And we weren't even watching to make sure.